Hot breath with Darren Brand. Can you just say your full name to the microphone, please, sir?
Darren Brand. You gotta say it like a politician.
Darren Brand.
Darren Brand.
Welcome to the Hot Breathiverse, my man.
What's happening, bro? What's happening? Are we recording in the video at the same time?
Yeah, we're trying to do the video
Let me
too.
get slim.
Who knows what it?
Cool. There we go. I'm gonna be head in right here. I gotta find somewhere where I look semi-thin.
How you gonna look thin in a wife beater?
I don't know, bro. I don't know. We good right
you
here.
Need stripes.
They get all this belly. Come on, all of it. There we go. Let's make it happen.
I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, man.
Out here in the ATL.
My favorite city in the world.
Is it really?
My favorite city in the world, bro.
Why is that?
There's not many places where you could take an eighth of weed in and see vagina and titties and nips and have a great conversation and hear the best new trap music.
Is this where you got kind of? I know you started in North Carolina, but would you travel to Atlanta a lot?
Nope.
Doing comedy?
Nope. I actually started everything in my career started in North Carolina, man. Started with a group called Freestyle Funny Comedy Show. Me, Chico Bean, B-Dot. He's also a former cast member of Wildin' Out, and he has a radio station at home in North Carolina, 102 Jams. And another comedian by the name of Osama Bin Drinking from Charlotte, North Carolina, who also works on 102 Jams. So, we have, two guys who do radio in the morning, two guys who are, currently now on Wildin' Out. And we're the first comedy show, I believe, that has stand-up and improv mixed together.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's like a 2-hour show. We have crowd interaction games. And we really built this platform for colleges because it worked well with colleges. Colleges went crazy for it. Mm-hmm. But as of right now, we're so busy individually. It's kind of hard to get back on the road like we need to, but that's how I started my career, and that started around 2008. I started doing our first NACAs, the booking agencies for colleges. Yeah. Started doing that about 2008, 2009. I quit my job, I want to say, when I quit my job, bro?
2008? Was that Walgreens?
Yeah. 2013? Yep, somewhere around there. Yeah, so I did stand-up and comedy. I was a full-time, I was a manager. I had my own store. So for 5-6 years, I did stand-up comedy, and I was a manager at Walgreens.
You were a manager?
Yeah.
Like with the dreads?
Yeah. See? They think dreads hold you back,
no,
bro.
I'm not profiling. I'm
See?
just saying.
That was very racial of you, bro.
Hey, my
with
bad.
With the dreads,
bro.
huh? Yeah. That's how they do it in North Carolina? We'll slide that shit down here in Atlanta, buddy. But nah, yeah, man, that's what I did. When I graduated from college, that's right when the recession hit, so it was real fucked up. And you kind of had to take what you can get. And I didn't expect to be working in retail for that long, man. Yeah. And as a manager, like, you really ain't no manager. You just got a set of keys. You do everything that everybody else do. You just got access to certain shit. And I hated that job. But it taught me a lot about my character. I had a dope-ass store manager who let me get off of any shows I had, worked out the schedule for me. And, that's what happened. That's where we at.
You must have been a dope manager, though.
Yeah. I will say I was one of those managers like, look, you don't start no shit, it ain't going to be no shit. You come here, you do your job, we'll all get lunch.
Yeah.
Let's get this. First of all, it's a fucked up job, so let's get through it together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It is you got some people who just take it too serious. It's not that serious. We're stocking shelves. Fucking relax. You know what I'm saying?
Did you guys drug test?
They did. They
Okay.
did. So I was kind of in the clear for a while, and I really didn't smoke like that till I was about to quit.
Oh, right.
Like I had like a couple of months left. I was like, you know what? I started going there high, and then none of my coworkers knew except for like maybe one. So he'll be like, "Bruh, are you high?" I'm like, "Yeah." He like, "Man, that's how I know you about to fucking quit." And for companies like that, do drug tests, it costs a lot. So the only reason they would do a drug test is if they was looking for a reason to fire you. But I did my job, people listened. My employees was cool, and there was no reason to bother me.
What was the moment that made you actually quit?
You know what, man? It had to be 2013. I had got my first real check from comedy, like my first. Not the $50, $75. Talking about the open mics. Hey man, I pay you $75 to close, and not those. I got my first check And I graduated from North Carolina A&T, was an HBCU in Greensboro.
Aggies
all day. And I got my first check from Winston-Salem State. And this is the school that Bean and B-Dot went to. And they didn't book them, which I don't know why. I don't know why schools don't book people who come from them. But they gave me my first $1,000 check for 15 minutes. I'm sorry, 10 minutes.
Whoa.
They wanted me to open up for Red Grant. And they was like, we'll give you 10 minutes. Here's your check, $1,000. And I was like, so that's like $100 a minute. Like, I ain't never seen it. You know what I'm saying? For being funny on stage, I was like, okay, so... and at the time, Walgreens, I was probably making like $45 to $50 a year. And after taxes, that could very well be your check on any given pay period. Mm-hmm. And so once I realized that kind of money was, allowed in school programs for comedy, I was like, okay, this can happen. And that's how I started.
But you've been all over as far as just your image. Like, I know you have a marketing degree.
Right.
So you've clearly been able to translate that to doing comedy.
Right. I mean, it's about getting your stuff out there, man. It's about being, hip to what's new. I'm older, but I'm in a young environment. With performing in colleges that keep you young, being a cast member on Wild 'N Out that keeps you young, and it's just I just know how to stay in front of people's faces as far as the marketing. I got a dope ass flyer guy in Greensboro. DRL Tunes take care of all my flyers and graphics. My brother here, PB&J, he's in charge of my branding. We have a printing company together. We print our own line of T-shirts. Everything's in-house. So along with comedy, I have my hands in other businesses. I'm part of Next Level. We do our own travel. We take 200 people out to Jamaica and Cabo, stuff like that every year. So
is that Next Level Entertainment?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, you just will book parties and like...
Yep. Homecoming. We're known for having one of the biggest homecoming events for A&T. We take people to Dubai, about 20 people to Dubai every year.
What?
Because traveling's the new bug now.
Really?
Yeah, so why not make a little money off of it?
So you'll just book, you'll just like set up a whole trip and then get people to buy into it?
Yeah.
At like, I guess of course, make it what costs, you get it at cost.
It's super cost efficient, yeah. Like,
you just like flip
for Cabo, it's like maybe, I think it's $500 per person for Cabo. You have to get your own flight, so it runs out to probably about like $1,000 trip. But, we get a resort. We tell them we think we can get 200 people. They reserve the rooms. We put it out there. We make it cost efficient, and people come. And plus, it helps that I'm such a prominent person in North Carolina. North Carolina, I'm the shit. Right. I'm the shit in North Carolina. I'm working on other places, but in North Carolina, a lot of people fuck with me, man. I'm known throughout the A&T community. I perform a lot along Charlotte, Raleigh, and Greensboro, which are the bigger cities in North Carolina. And people just want to be around and have a good time.
So people don't know you really outside? Because that's the weird thing about comedy is like, if you're in the comedy world, you're like, oh my God, Darren Brand, this is so awesome. And then my wife may be like, wait, who
was that? Right. It's either or sometimes. So there's people, because I'm affiliated with the 85 South Show, which I'm pretty sure you know.
Yeah, of course,
and,
ATL.
I've been out at gas stations. I have people come to me and be like, hey man, I recognize you from that show. And I'm like, yeah, Wild 'N Out. They be like, hell no. And they're like, what's that? And I'd be like, oh. They be like, nah, the 85 South Show.
Yeah.
So I've been a part of so many avenues that's out there. It helps. And what's crazy is, and let me say this on here, yes, I am on Wild 'N Out, and yes, I'm a comedian. There's a lot of people who don't realize that we're stand-up comedians on Wild 'N Out. So a lot of people who don't know, a lot of people think Chico Bean is a rapper. Like, he's actually a stand-up comedian. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Everybody's not a battle rapper. So, let's clear that area right now. Because there's people who come to our shows, like you was there Thursday or Friday. I was like, I didn't even know you did stand-up. And I'm like, what?
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. It's crazy. It lets you know that we have so much further to go.
But that's the rewarding part, is when they think you're this one thing, and then when you hit them with stand-up.
Bow. It's a shock.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people think we're younger because Wild 'N Out has a younger following. And then when I start talking about old shit, like getting beat by your parents or, sneaking to watch porn, it's fucking their head up. They're like, oh, okay. He funny as shit. I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? So and that's dope.
You got that hustle. I mean, didn't you pay yourself through college? Did you pay all that?
Yeah. I was in the ROTC military department, believe it or not, just trying to find a way to pay for school. And my sophomore year, all the people I was close to that were seniors, they sent all them to Afghanistan. Every last one of them. I'm talking about females, everyone. I was just like, okay, this shit is real. So it's not a game. So you really don't care how I feel. Okay, cool. And after that, man, I withdrew from the program. I think I owed like 20 grand back between the government and the military, and I paid all that back like 4 years after. It was free man.
You make it sound so easy. Just
no, it wasn't easy. I
yeah.
just stayed with my aunt for a few months after I graduated.
Word.
Rent free.
Right, no doubt.
Then I got a small apartment that was kind of cheap and thugged it out for a couple of years. But yeah, man, you know, it's all part of the story. It helps.
What is probably the lowest part of the story? What has been your low point so far?
Lowest point, man, I would say would be the second year after I quit my job. It was the first year was crazy because it's amazing. I believe in God and I believe He lays things down. He lays things right in front of you. Because you could ask my brother. I fought quitting my job for like a year because I'm so scared of being broke, not being able to pay my bills. I was like, no, I'm not quitting. God got rid of my position, gave me a severance package. I got my income tax check at the same time. I got booked for the first 25 college NACA tour. So I was just like, okay, and I still didn't want to quit. And I quit, and my first year was great. I made more money in my first year than I quit than I did when I had the job. But my second year, when them bookings didn't come back around, you know, schools take a chance on you the first time. The same school not gonna book you the next year, so you gotta look for other schools, and it didn't roll like we thought it was, and it got low, man. Funds got low, it got bad. Like I was like, should I find another job on the low? Should I do some online telemarketing and work from home?
Yeah.
But got through it, man, and Freestyle Funny was going through a transition. Chico had just made Wildin' Out, so he was always gone. He was the star of the group, so we needed his manpower to help forward the group. And it was a tough time, man. Everybody individually had stuff they wanted to accomplish, but still, at the end of the day, it all worked out. It worked out. It got low. I didn't think money was going to come around, and that same year, I drove from Charlotte, North Carolina to New York, 10-hour drive to audition for Wildin' Out, too, and I made it.
Man.
Yeah.
And that's when you were sleeping on the floor.
That's when I was sleeping.
Yeah.
I was crashing in Dot and Bean room as an extra, as a side bitch, but I want the bitch. I was just like, hey, guys, I need a place to lay down for a few hours if you cool. You know what I'm saying? And I always owe that to them, man, because when I first made Wildin' Out, I didn't make it as the same way DC did, because we came in the same year, the same way Matt Rife did. They was like, we fuck with you. We know you Bean Boy. We fuck with you, but we don't know what you can do. So we're just going to promise you rehearsals. So can you get yourself up here? So I was like, all right, I booked my own flight. I crashed in Bean Room. And in my first year, out of 16 episodes, I got 7, which is almost half, and a stand-up special. So after that, it's been catapulting up, man. No complaints.
So it's funny that you're on this TV show that's very successful. It's been on like 10 seasons, and yet you'll see someone out in public and they're like, "Oh, I heard you on that podcast."
Yeah, that's crazy.
And not TV.
It's crazy. The world is so social media friendly, man. And, you know, a lot of people. You have to think about how hard it is to sit down and watch a show today.
Yeah,
and not look at your phone or not be occupied with something else, or just watch TV and listen to music. It's so hard to be engaged into a television show unless you're a fan of it or if it's something you really want to see. And so I'm appreciative of the both, and I understand both. That's why I do social media videos. That's why I link with other social media comedians. That's why I also get on stage. That's why I also do Wildin' Out. And it all helps, man. It all helps in the long run.
Yeah, social media can be one thing, and we were kind of talking about this before, but it's one thing to have followers, but another thing to have a following.
Right.
You may have 500,000 followers and get 12 people at your show.
Right. But, you know, and if you have them big followers and you pack out a room, you better bring that funny. Because if you don't, social media will expose you.
Yeah. They'll be like, man, just go do your skit.
Yeah, man, do a skit.
Dude, do a skit.
Fuck that joke shit, bro. Boo. Do a skit. Where's the bad bitches you have in the video?
Right. Have you ever been booed on stage?
I've never been booed.
What?
I've never been booed off stage. Never. And let me knock on some wood or something, because I want to keep that streak going. Now I'm not going to sit here and say I haven't bombed. I've had those shows where I know I could have done better. You know how it is? Like, once you reach that peak of laughter that you want every show and you don't get that, you feel like you fail regardless. Every time. I mean, even the people after the show like, oh my God, you was crazy. You like,
Yep.
It was okay.
Yeah.
But y'all if it was so good, why didn't y'all give me that dying laughing? Motherfucker, you keep that's the part, because there are some people I've seen at a show, and I know if you've seen it too, you're sitting there killing. Everybody around them laughing. Everybody. And this is his girl laughing, his homie laughing. He just like this.
Oh, the whole show.
And you looking at this motherfucker like, I'd have slapped the shit out of you. And then what's crazy is after the show, he's the first person to say, hey man, he was funny as hell.
Yep.
Well, motherfucker, why didn't you laugh?
Yeah.
The whole room is laughing except for your ass. That's the one thing I hate.
And
about
we
stand-up.
always notice the ones that aren't laughing.
We're so unappreciative of the ones who dying.
Right.
But we look at the one who ain't laughing. As soon as he laughed, got his ass. Now we satisfied. Why did we let that motherfucker win? We can't let him take our day. Shit.
We want that straight drop.
We do, man.
We want every time.
We do, man. Comedians are greedy. We're greedy as fuck.
How have you been up on the social media hustle? Like, because you got a nice following,
right?
But I mean, it's not like it's in the hundreds of thousands,
right,
or millions.
Right.
So, like, how have you been able to even build the following you have? Really,
man, just my following is raw. My following is really fans. Like, it's you have to look for me. I'm not verified. I don't know why. I'm not verified, but you have to literally look for me.
I don't know why.
I don't know why.
I want the blue check. Then
bruh, 4 seasons on a television show, that don't make any sense. Why a person would be verified?
Have you tried? Have you
Yeah,
hit 'em up?
I have friends who are on Instagram bored, like close, and I'm like, hey, and they be like, oh yeah, I forward you, and they just, I guess I'm not a priority. So
wow.
But anyway, but my following comes from just raw, man. A lot of my following is from my state, North Carolina, and New York, which is where we film Wild 'N Out, where I think a majority of our fans are. And, I'm proud of my following. They ride with me. They support. They buy. I would hate to have 500,000 followers and nobody buys your T-shirts. I'm barely hitting 80, but if I put out a T-shirt, I'm going to sell 50 to 100. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I love my followers, and 90% of my followers, and I appreciate my following because when you get to that 500, 300, whatever, you get a lot of negative, just unnecessary shit. And I'm cool with not dealing with that right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I would rather have somebody like, I love your shit than, that's whack as fuck. Who are you? Where's your followers? You know what I'm saying? Dude,
I have like 3,500 followers.
Right.
I just transitioned into like posting daily sketches and things like that. I have yesterday I had somebody make an account that was I hate Joel Byars.
Are you serious?
I have 3,500 followers, and I think somebody posted like, you have less followers than my middle school sister and all this, coming from somebody who has like 200 followers, of course. And then so I blocked them because I just don't even want that on the. It's
you
just
don't
negative.
want that.
It's
you
just
don't
negative.
want that. You don't want. My block hand is strong. As fuck.
I'm already learning.
Yeah,
and I'm literally a blip on the radar in Instagram, and somebody was like making an I hate Joel Byars account, and I was like, we already made it. I posted it in my stories. I'm like, all right, I guess this is how it is.
It's crazy, man. It's really crazy. I don't understand. Like, you know how much energy and time it takes to select and then pull up your keyboard and type that you hate somebody. Like that's just. If anything, just keep fucking scrolling. Nobody's forcing you to fucking follow me.
Yeah. Did you build up through doing like sketches on Instagram? And
I think
like
sketches
that?
has helped.
Yeah.
A lot of my followers, I've collabed with a few people who's heavy on Instagram. Tonio Skids, Cynthia out in LA, Bankshot. I've done a lot of work with Bankshot. Me and Bankshot have done a few sketches, and he's played a big role as far as helping me learn the social media game. And yeah, man, a couple of stuff with DC. Anytime I post a picture with Chico or Carlos, it goes crazy. Because, they got their own separate love and following. So,
yeah.
And Wild 'N Out helped. But I think this year, I made 16 out of 16 episodes. I'm on heavy promo. And it takes like 2 years or 3 years if you're not one of the wild style rappers to catch on. When I think this is the year where everything breaks out.
I was just at the gym a couple days ago, and the lady in front on her TV was a Wild 'N Out commercial. And you were one of like the main people in the commercial.
Yeah, that's love, man.
Straight from the floor to
straight from the
faces,
floor
man.
to the damn. Yeah.
And you get to work with celebrities on all
the time,
these shows.
All the time. Yeah.
What are some cool opportunities that have come from that?
The best thing that happened for me for Wild 'N Out is I got a chance to smoke with Snoop.
Oh, bruh.
I smoked numerous blunts with Snoop before an episode. I don't care what you say, hands down, you can't top that. But I've met, through Wild 'N Out, man, I've smoked with Snoop, kicked it with Ray Sherman, had great conversation with Erykah Badu, met Jay Leno, Timberland, Iggy Azalea, T.I. I mean, this season we got 21 Savage on there, Wyclef, the Wu-Tang, Fabulous. I don't know. I'm trying to think of everybody who came because I'm trying to run through my. T Grizzly came through, and this was a fun season, man. And one thing about the celebrities come on there, I commend any celebrity who come to Wild 'N Out because a lot of them are scared. A lot of y'all are scared. You know that you're scared. But the ones who have the balls to come and kick it with us, man, appreciate y'all so much. We love it. Because you got to put your guard down and have a good time. But some people so worried about their image and, can't take a joke. And, they so terrified of that shit. But the ones who come on the show, put the guard down and have a good time, man, my hat go off to you.
Are you? I can't even imagine. I've heard people's stories of smoking with Snoop, and then the rest of their week is gone.
The rest of the week won't gone, but the rest of my day was fucked up.
I was gonna say, but you smoked before performing on Wild 'N Out?
Yeah.
How do you?
Man, I don't. To me, my catchphrase at Wild 'N Out is energy god. So when it's time to turn them lights on, I don't feel nothing. I don't care how much I smoke. My adrenaline takes over because like you really got to take in that moment. Like it's like when you about to go on stage and it's a packed out house and they're clapping for you already. They don't even know who you are yet. They just clapping. They ready to have a good time. When you step on that Wild 'N Out stage and you look across, and Chico Bean is my brother. We started comedy together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Carlos Miller is my brother. You look across and you see them, and we none of us are social media people. We're not sketches and skits. We came from the ground. We see each other. We're like, you ready to saw a moment? That feeling that takes over your body, you can't. I don't care how high you are, you're not gonna feel it. Now with the episode with Snoop, I did feel it because his weed's a little different. His weed's a little different.
Yeah.
But
That moon rock.
Yeah. That moon rock. I'm getting some tonight. But he when that hits you, man, and you know. Wild 'N Out fans are the greatest fans in the world, man. Like they are late, in their seats, like eyes big, ready, and you can't let them down. You can't let the moment down because you're basically having fun on television.
What can be hard to translate is in stand up, and maybe if excuse that, that was my drug dealer.
Yeah, he's outside.
Yeah, he's out. Got the plug. Can you go let him in? We're talking about that moon rock.
But he heard moon rock. Oh shit, yeah. Joel need me. Shit, I got an A for that 78.
But when you're doing stand up, not all the shows may be packed. It may be like 15 people.
Right.
But you still have to hit that level.
You still got to hit it.
Where do you go mentally? Or I mean, that's something I struggle with is just hitting that level every time. What are some of the things that help you?
I think honestly, man, with me, stand up is just 100% confidence.
Okay.
And it's because you can actually have no material, but if you confident and they don't know that you don't have nothing, the crowd will never know. And the one thing about shows with 15, 12 people, that's where you get your strength at. That's where you get your muscles at because it's so hard to make 10 people laugh versus 1,000. Because a crowd of 1,000 people, they're hidden. They feel more secure. You know, nobody's really looking at them. They laugh and you laugh and it's louder. But when it's 10 people, it's hard because, you know, you feel like all eyes on you. When it's a crowd of 10 people, they feel like us.
Yeah.
We looking at them, they looking at us, and like, don't talk about me, don't talk about me. And that's where you get your muscle from, man. That's where the juice come from. So, like, I have the same mentality with a crowd of 10, 12 people. Fuck it. You're going to get this fucking work. Let's go. And then once you snap into that, you know, and then you get 10 people on your side, and you win a show like that, you can take that same set and go murder a whole theater.
Oh, yeah. The big crowds are fun just because you can there'll be moments if it's like 1,000 or whatever, you can hear where the laugh starts.
Right.
And it like grows across. Right. It's wild. But the 10, that's where
your muscle is. Yeah, that's the muscle. That's where you think about how many times you've done a room, because I know you're in Atlanta and y'all have open mics 6 times a week.
Yeah, no doubt.
You do a room with 7, 10 people in the crowd. Think about how much new material you came up with that night just because it was that small. Mm-hmm. Just because you're having conversations with people that tight. There's nothing better than that. And that's the true art of stand-up. That's the art. That's the art, to make 10 people laugh in a bar where they're serving drinks, they're eating, it's all these distractions, the game's on, and you still got these 10 people engaged with you. They're not on their phone. They're not looking at Instagram. These 10 people are locked into your world. That's the best part about our job.
How disciplined are you in developing material? Like, do you record all of your sets? Do you how often do you write?
Because I'm such an improv, like off the rip, it's really hard for me to be structured. And the reason why what works for me, I don't want to be too structured when I come up with my material because you never know what somebody in the crowd going to say, and they take your tangent off to a whole new subject you won't even think about. You may have, like, you want to be dun 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 dun, and you're talking about girls and relationships. The girls will be like, well, white boys don't cheat. Why black guys do? Now you got to address that whole shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You didn't even think about what you did no more. Now, what if you didn't have? What if you weren't capable enough to freestyle that? Now you just ignore that big moment and keep going to what you're talking about. Yeah, so taxes. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So that's where my material comes from, chopping it up with friends. I don't really go out looking for material. My material comes to me. Like, I like to smoke weed with women And I get so much material from that because my biggest fan base is women. What women want to hear is shit about women. So if I'm smoking with a lady and she start telling all they secrets, it's like, yeah, come on. Keep going. Yep.
Yeah,
so y'all do what? You do what else you do?
Why do you go to the bathroom together?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And and this, and you take that to the stage like, okay, ladies, I know what y'all do. I figured it out. I know why you go to the bathroom together. And then by that time, all of them is like, how does this nigga know?
Mm-hmm. They're engaged.
Yeah.
Do you are you trained in improv, or is this all been
Natural?
Just grew up being the funny class clown and all that?
Yep. Honestly, that's why I've never took an improv class. While now it's improv, it's just something naturally it's natural. God gave that to me. I can't explain it. It's just something I'm quick on it. I got a reaction,
Being a good performer is one thing, but the booking end is something, and the tours, even setting up a tour, and you've been on a lot of tours, booked a lot of shows. I mean, what kind of insight do you have into that whole game?
Man, it's all about, to me, as far as booking, one of the best things to go try to get booked at is colleges.
Okay.
All colleges got an account where they have to. Every college can't afford Kevin Hart, but they have a budget of like 10 to 15 where they got to allow for some kind of relaxation for students. And comedy is the best thing. So NACA, APCA, all these programs, that's the best way to start. Especially if you have a strong college set. You have a strong set for anybody young and you can relate to them, you're good. But as far as like these clubs, man, that's tough. It's hard. It's just hard because clubs want people with 1 million followers, but then you book them and then they're not funny. But this is what I learned. This is the conversation I like to have with clubs. You good?
Yeah, I was just checking to make sure it was recording.
Yeah,
I don't want to miss this.
With clubs, I don't think it's the comic job to fill up the seats. Our job is to make sure whoever you bring in there has a good time.
Yep.
And that's where the miscommunication has happened. That's where things has fallen apart. It's not the comic's job to promote and post the flyer and tag people. That's not our job. We do that because we want people to be there. But it's your job as the club to send out these text messages, send out these emails, send out these Eventbrites or these Groupons and find a way to get people in there. Our job is to make sure they have a good time and leave out. Mm-hmm. And so we're not marketers. We're not promoters. We're comedians. You know what I'm saying? I just happen to know how to market. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think that's the biggest issue with today as far as like booking anything. Clubs want, hey, how many followers you got? Well, why does that matter? I'm funny. Here's some clips. Tell me what you think. Let's go from there.
So for somebody that doesn't have those followers, that's kind of like the key to the gate right now. How do you market? You said you know how to market.
I think the best way to do that is to hit these clubs up and, tell them give you an off night. And then tell them to help you out. Tell them to give you a night where you ain't going to make no money. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about being a comedian, you have to invest in yourself. Mm-hmm. You may not have a lot of followers, but there's a way to pay to promote to get your stuff out there. You have Facebook. You can set up your Facebook to send an email or a post to certain people in that area. You may have to put $100 in it, but if you want people in there, you'll do that. They can set up They set up advertisements on Instagram now, $10. It'll put that one clip that you made that was funny. It'll put that in people's faces all day. Hey, come see me at so and so, and you go from there. So you say you on an off night. If a comedy club get 100 people in on an off night, they're happy as shit. So then you go from there. Be like, so you saw what I did on a Wednesday. Try me for a weekend, and then if you get a weekend, that's when you call your homies. That's when I call Tyler. That's when I call Ronnie. Hey man, y'all funny. I'm funny. Let's make some money together.
Yeah,
that's how it happened.
And not only is the tour, you guys are on this big and bigger tour.
Yeah.
Even like booking out the dates, like where do you just call up these clubs? How do you even make the connections for a comedian trying to book their own tour?
Well, luckily we have Ronnie, and Ronnie has all these relationships with a lot of clubs. And it starts with him.
Okay.
Like, hey, Ronnie, you got a relationship with Stardom, right? Yeah. Well, call him and let him know you got a tour going. You'll call him. Hey, we got to do it for Wildin' Out as well. Which one? Okay, I heard a Big Baby. Okay. Well, also, me and Tyler are on Boss Up TV. So all that conversation helps.
Yeah.
All that helps.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm just coming in, with a podcast.
Yeah.
Like, hey guys, I got a...
But you also have something to your advantage. You're white and you're funny.
Ooh, true that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so it's always if you got to use that stuff to your advantage. Be like, hey, I could rock a black room. Try me.
Yeah.
Rock they world. You do what? You can rock a black room. Okay. Now they thinking, you know what I'm saying? What can we do to make this work? You know what I'm saying? And in my case, it would be dope if you got up with another rising comedian and y'all did like a not a black versus white tour, but like something like White Thoughts Black Comedy or something like that. Something like that. It would be genius because you would bring the white people who want to see what you're talking about, and then who are fans of comedy, and then it will introduce you to a whole world of the black audience that's like, this white boy is funny. So that's all you want to hear. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
So I think that would be the best bet. It's all about bridging, and you're in the best place for it to work, man. Atlanta.
Yeah.
I've never seen a city that comes together and work together like Atlanta in my life. And
you've been everywhere.
And I've been everywhere.
What do you think it is about Atlanta that?
I don't know. It's the South, man. I don't know, man. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, if this was somewhere else and you had hit me for a podcast, I'd be like, okay, all right, we'll get up. But I've seen you before. Tyler vouches for you. Ronnie vouches for you. We've crossed paths. Absolutely. Let's make it work. That's the Atlanta culture. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
After this podcast, it's not like I'm gonna do this podcast and be done. I'm gonna follow it. My brother gonna follow it. We about to trade IGs. I'm in the city, link up. That's what Atlanta brings. I want to see you make it. The same way you want to see me do my thing, I want to see you do your thing because I know you funny as shit and you deserve it. Wow. That's what Atlanta brings.
Whoa.
You don't get that in New York.
It's super saturated up there, I guess.
Yeah, everybody's a comic. Even the nigga who work at the bodega. Yeah, I do stand up on Tuesdays out here.
Yes. Are you living in New York?
No, I live in North Carolina, man.
So you just travel up there for the show?
I commute, yeah.
Oh, they just put you up and all that?
Yeah, put us up for about a couple of weeks, yeah.
Oh, man. I figured you had moved on.
No, man. It's New York is too. I'm not a New York person, bro. I can't live that tight in a room and overpriced housing. I'm really content with the South. And I feel like I've kind of been spoiled in my career because I made Wild 'N Out, and I found out how entertainment works early. And if you're talented enough, they'll fly you out.
Oh,
you ain't got to move.
That's been my kind of motive in just staying in Atlanta and not moving to LA or New York.
Right.
It's almost like if you're good, they'll find you.
They'll find you.
Yeah.
They'll fly you right on out. I've been flown out for auditions. I've been flown out when we did the MTV Awards. Like, if you're good, they will fly you out. You don't have to. I just don't see the point in moving to LA or New York, going broke, trying to make it.
Yep, especially now.
That's a big contradiction. They go out there and try to make it, and all you're doing is becoming broke.
Just starting over, really.
Starting over.
I did not realize you're still in North Carolina, man. That's super motivating, and just you can do it.
Yes, bro. I don't see me leaving the state at all. Because one, I don't have to be the big time comedian. As long as I'm able to provide for me and my future family one day and travel every now and then, I'm content.
You don't have any like celebrity aspirations, like hit on that. To me, you're a celebrity, but you even said, I'm not on that next level.
Yeah, I just want to be comfortable, man, and not struggle financially.
What kind of goals do you have professionally, as far as maybe your own show or anything like that?
Honestly, my next goal now is to do a HBCU comedy tour, where I tour all because I graduated from a historically black college, and just because it's like 30 or 40 in the U.S. and just doing a real live tour, getting somebody to film it, follow the sleep on the road, waking up on the road, gas station stops, everything that goes into a tour, and I want to put it on Netflix. Boom. That's my ultimate goal. That's my goal within the next 2 to 5 years is to have that documented and have that on Netflix. Like just the energy of walking out of the HBCU and walking out, kicking it with the students and the bands and, just certain cultures that HBCUs have, the band, the modeling troops, the Greeks, the step shows, all that, and just showing the world like, hey, this is my people. This is how we do.
Hashtag for the culture.
For the culture.
Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, I didn't want to appropriate your,
no,
you're
good.
Saying.
Nah.
I'll still get looks. Like sometimes I forget what I look like, and I'll go into like an urban room and then realize, okay, you got to warm it up in here. You can't just come out here.
What's up, motherfuckers?
Yeah.
Who are you talking to? Oh, I'm sorry, guys.
I'll have to address. I had to do that last time I featured at Uptown. I just said something that was like too far. Like it was Sunday's show. I'd been killing all week, and I'm like, I got this. And I like to walk the line on just like racial and just like progression and really commenting on things that are happening.
Right.
And I said something like in the middle of my set, black people are a rising stock, and it just went. They just shut down right there. It was a compliment, it's black people are blowing up and white people are a plummeting stock. I understand that, but it didn't come off that heartedly, and I had to be like, guys, I'm sorry. I know what I did was wrong. I apologize. Can we move forward as a team? And we like broke it down. We're like, all right, on 3, and then we reset.
See, that's how you go.
But that was Yeah, exactly. Cool. So that was just my racial diatribe. It's hard being white. God, I tell you what. But anyway,
But see, that's in my mindset, that's a set because you could be like, hey guys, y'all act like white people got it easy. Like, you know how hard it is for me when Kodak Black drops and I gotta try to clap on beat. Like that's how you can say it's so hard being white. It's so hard to just, when I'm playing basketball, like, hey guys, I can dribble too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's so much you can go
I'll call
with
it
that.
white without the privilege.
Fact.
Or like
fact.
diet white. That's what I was saying. Like walk around getting stereotyped as a good tipper.
Diet white is the shit.
Oh man, I appreciate your time doing this.
Hey bro, I appreciate it, bro.
I know your time is super valuable, especially with all you got going on. So before we land this plane, is there anything else you want the world to know?
Hey man, Big and Bigger tour still going. Freestyle Funny just going. Wildin' Out come back November 30th. Season 10. I'm on all 16 episodes. Looking to do some more writing for TRL. Keep working. Hey, I just want to tell your followers, your peoples, if there's anything that you think about every day, go do it. Period. Point blank. I don't care if it's you can't stop thinking about singing, dancing, cooking, whatever you want to do. It's possible to happen. I'm from Southern Pines, North Carolina, not a big city, small town. There's no way in the world I'm supposed to be on a national-wide television show. So if my country ass can make it happen, any of y'all can make it happen, and that's real.
How did you calculate that big leap, though? For somebody who's like, I want to pursue this, but I need to be realistic, keep my job, save up. Like, how did you calculate that transition?
I just made a decision because, like, you know what it was? To be honest, when I got on stage my first time doing stand-up, I did good. And that's what pushed me. Them laughs. Because, it's like a drug.
No doubt.
It's like a drug. If you don't get on stage, if you go 2 weeks without being on stage, you really start feeling down a little bit, like almost depressed because we, as comics, we feed off people's energy. That's what keeps us going. That's what makes us continue to do these dumbass drives and these open mics after work. And that's what keeps us doing it because it's a genuine drug making people laugh. People say laughing is the best medicine. Well, providing that, is a drug. And to provide that, we need your energy. That's the only way we're able to provide it.
So you just caught the bug.
Caught the bug. I caught the bug. And then every night I would be like, I want to make more people laugh.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, when can I hit an open mic? I just want to make more people laugh. What if I'd have done this? What if I wouldn't have done that? If you're laying in your bed at night at 2 a.m. thinking about that, you're going to end up doing it.
Yeah. And whatever your passion is, if you're thinking about it, definitely
go do it.
Work towards
What's the worst that can happen? What, you fucking make it?
Boom. Well, I feel like we made it. Getting to interview Darren Brand, man.
Damn right. Hey, I appreciate you, bro.
Man.
I enjoyed it already. Anytime in the A, we got to link up again.
Already.
Let's do it.
That's facts.
Already.
I don't know.
Facts as fuck.
Facts as fuck. Yeah, I don't. Anytime I say like a black saying, it gets like a laugh. I don't know. It's just, he knows that.
For the culture.
Yeah, for the culture.
Appreciate you, Brody.
No problem, man.
Already.
Hot breath.